Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hue Spotlight. Well, it's always wonderful when life takes a turn for the good and for the better. So I am so happy to have Sheena Legrand back here in person. Sheena, we have listened to your music over the years, your sweet voice, the guitar, the keys, they've always been synonymous with Sheena Grob. But now Sheena Legrand has emerged, and wow, I have to say congratulations. It has been like a total transformation, and I think you as a person have grown to another level. Am I correct?
I think we're all on a journey, you know, and I think as we move along that path, changes are inevitable, and embracing them as an artist is really important. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know for artists to stay really present to what's true for them and coming through them, it means being open to changing, and so that's really the path I've been on recently.
10 years
Yeah.
that you took a step back to get married, to have a baby, a beautiful boy, Neo. I love the name Neo.
I know.
So was music still always in the back of your mind?
Always. I kept writing over the years, but it wasn't my main focus anymore for the time being. It felt like a period of reflection and going inward and checking in with the lifestyle I wanted to live, and you know, being on the road and so focused on music, it's all consuming. It really can take you over in some beautiful ways and in some challenging ways too. And so I just really wanted to rebalance and find the core of my value structure again, and that felt like really important. And obviously having my son has changed everything. We're so happy that we made that choice, and it's been a wonderful decision.
Well, we'll get into motherhood, but first of all, talk about the upcoming album, Back to Life. What a great title. But the new single, Green Light, is it, and I know it's been said, you know, given the green light to go ahead, move forward, but I think there's another Sheena story behind this one.
Yeah, there's a few. When I was writing initially, I've been writing since I was 10, and always a very introspective process for me. And I was starting to get a little itchy for a different experience. I was wanting to, you know, write with other outcomes in mind, and I had decided to do a songwriting course. And it was actually something that my husband recommended I do, and I was like, okay, oftentimes your recommendations are good ones for me. So I took it, and it recommended that we write with as many different people as we could, and they gave us a list of assignments. Write about this topic, write about this topic. And we could always choose if we didn't want to, but for me, it was like being back in school for songwriters, you know, and it was really a wonderful experience. And this song I wrote with Johnny Kierwak. He's an incredible genius when it comes to just creativity, and he produced the song, and together we kind of made decisions around it. And it was, especially through the pandemic, it was one of those things that was just a bright spot at that time, just to be writing with people.
Yes. Okay, so the name change, was that something too that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'd been thinking about it for a long time. My husband and I have been with each other for 6 years, and I had been considering, I really love his name, and I also was just trying to evaluate for myself, you know, what does being a family really mean? And it was all a surprise to me, but I lost my dad last year. And in the heartbreak of that situation, there was also some really profound realizations that I couldn't have expected would come my way. And one was that it was okay for me to let go of my family name and embrace my new family. And I really felt that permission in his passing. And I was surprised, and I will always hold him so close to my heart. But the timing of it wasn't lost on me. I knew that all of that was happening for a reason, and this is exactly what he would have wanted, you know, me putting my family first and in a big way.
So much has happened then. You've experienced life by giving birth and then death with your dad. I mean, it's funny, like I said in the beginning, what life gives you,
Yeah.
and you gotta have to take it. Motherhood now, obviously, physically, mentally, a big change. But now having Neo, what has he brought? And you know, not only to your lives, but also to this new music and new passion that has started up for you.
Definitely, good question. I've been mindful of what I want him to hear me singing. I want so many things to be shared with him over the course of his life, and I want to, you know, help and support him through my music. And that was a surprising realization, I think, where all of a sudden it wasn't as much focused on what I needed to express. My earlier songs were, you know, I think a really healthy expression when you're angsty and trying to figure yourself out and, you know, sad. I always wrote when I was sad. and now I'm not as sad anymore, and I want to write about the happiness in life too, as well, in balance. And he just brings a lot of joy. At the end of the day, when we just have him to hold, there's just nowhere else we'd rather be, and it's a pretty natural progression to just want to sing happier songs.
And also your side gig as a coach, a life coach or a health coach, and you're still doing that?
Yeah, I was surprised back in 2015 after I did my TED Talk. A whole world was opened up to me when I became aware that there were people interested in how I was doing what I was doing on my healing journey. And because I'm a teacher as well, there was kind of a natural fit there originally. And since then, it's progressed into some corporate coaching and private coaching, and people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, dealing with all kinds of things. I tend to realize that if they resonate with my music, there's likely something about our life stories they also resonate with, and so a really natural fit, I think, for that reason.
Yeah, so beautiful, and I think it intertwines with your music, obviously, like you said, and storytelling. The album, plans for it. When can we hear the whole album?
Oh, I'm going to keep everyone in suspense.
I know.
I think this is the thing about having a 2-year-old. He really does come first. So we have our tentative plans. We were expecting to release a song every 3 months for the rest of this year, and we've decided, given some current situations with managing our toddler, we're touring first. So we're heading to the West Coast together as a family on June 24th. So we're going to be away for 2 weeks, playing some shows in Vancouver, Victoria, along the coast, and releasing a music video. So that's going to be the next thing people can look forward to seeing, is a Greenlight music video.
Amazing. Yes. And your husband is also a musician, singer, and incredible creator of all things for you behind the scenes.
Yes. I really have to credit Dan with a lot of the development that's happening for me around sort of live looping, and he's really encouraging me to realize that there's lifelong learning around our music. And I've been obviously a musician since a very young age, but there's all kinds of things to be exploring all the time. So our home is a really creative one, and it brings me a lot of joy to say that, because it's been he's a painter, and he makes murals, and he does songwriting with me, and he's a builder and all kinds of things, but he's also someone who has a lot of confidence, and that's sort of what strengthens me to believe I can do it too. And so it's been a really positive match in that way.
And because you have become a one-woman band, so maybe quickly, because people are going to see you perform, the looping. It's a little bit of a learning curve for me, but dummy it down for us.
Yeah, well, the looping mechanism and everything to do with the loop, it takes a lot of learning around like how to program the pedals properly to do what you want them to do. So you can't just go to the store and buy that loop and expect it to do a song like I'm playing right now. It took quite a bit of time to figure out how I wanted the song to progress, what things I could play live, what things I might have to have actually played ahead of time so that I can hit the sequence properly. What there's all kinds of things, but what it gave me was a lot of excitement around what was possible as a new mom, because I can sit up late at night in my home with him just around the corner, and I can be producing a brand new song with all these different instruments, and the pedal allows for that. So it's been really exciting. I can take it on the plane with me and go play some shows, and my sound just has a bigger, more lively feel now.
And you don't have to worry about scheduling other musicians and doing rehearsals. It's pretty amazing. It's, you know, you're the female version of Ed Sheeran.
I like to, well, he's someone I aspire to learn from, and you know, I will always value playing with live musicians, and my bass player, Crystal White from Brandon, she still comes in from Brandon anytime I ask for her, and she's incredible. She's such a wonderful musician, and there's no replacing that. We're playing a show together out in Treeherne, where I grew up, at the end of July. So on July 28th, a Sunday, we'll be doing a performance where I grew up in my hometown church. Yeah, so she'll be there with me.
Oh my goodness. So when you kind of sit back, Sheena, and you look at all of the things that you've accomplished, everything that you've gone through in your life, this has to be up there as a happy place. And where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
That's a really good question. I never thought that I would get to be still playing music at this point in my life. I actually didn't think I should have a family at one point. I thought that was maybe even irresponsible, given I was dealing with such significant health challenges at one point. And I really feel like my mind and my heart received the healing they need to be able to move forward with a lot of hope and confidence. And I think that's for all of us. No one has a crystal ball. No one really knows what tomorrow holds. And so I think that what's so incredible for me right now is that anything could happen. And I finally feel that my future isn't, I'm not writing my future ahead of myself. I'm staying open. And that feels like a true blessing. I think I'll be Neo's band. That's really what's in the future.
Mom, yeah.
Band mom, yeah.
Oh, well, it's so good to see you, and I'm so happy for you. It's really wonderful to see someone like yourself achieving and being able to go and grab your dreams. So I'm going to let you introduce Green Light.
Well, this song is the first release off the upcoming album, and it's a song about, you know, when we hit red lights, when we are stuck, like I was on the way here, stuck in traffic and just not sure, you know, we're asking for that green light outside of ourselves, and coming to the realization that it's actually from within us that we're really going to make contact with that green light when we give ourselves permission to let go of what we thought was going to happen and just stay open to what's ahead for us. That's Green Light.
Perfect. Well, here she is, Sheena Legrand, performing Green Light.
I've been speaking my mind in no journal since 1995. Every weekend deciding what words are worth letting out and which ones will stay mine. Garbage piles and made up files and no returning balls that we do. Take this bin and hide it in my secret burning desire to annihilate the fire in you. Knew I would all this time. But so did I. Give me one green light, come on, let's go. Turn, turn for me, train it long ago. What if it's on the side we've been looking for? Green brings out your eyes when you realize it's time to let go. It's time to let go. the station, lost in fears. This train long gone ways, not for you. Look for something new. Give me one green light, come on, let's go. Turn, turn for me, train left long ago. What if it's only sight we've been looking for? Green brings out your eyes when you realize it's time to let go. It's time to let go. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. What is meant for you won't pass you by. Turn, turn for me, train that line. What is meant for you won't pass you by. Open up your eyes and breathe. What is meant for you won't pass you by.